right, we're back up. Welcome back. Cicero Mode, Vlog 51. 5-1. Weekly vlog, Cicero Mode, creative music and media. Let's get to it. So, back at it, man. Vlog 51. Another week. The homies in the building off the top. What's up, D-Phil? What's up, Joe? Hey, you like the shirt, huh? Check this out. So, yeah, I got this shirt at Walmart like 2 years ago. It's kind of dope, but I never really wear it because it's a little busy for me, man. I'm not one of these guys too much, you know. But yeah, I was looking back in all my weekly vlogs, and it's usually me in a hat and a black shirt. So I was like, I gotta put on another damn color shirt for this vlog today. So, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to start switching it up, man. Try to do some more colors, man. I might need you to help me out with that. You know, I don't know nothing about it. But yeah, man, back for another vlog, 51st, man, of this vlog, weekly vlog series. Another Monday up in here. A lot to talk about. Ups and downs with some stuff, nothing too crazy, but we'll get right back to it. For sure, man. I'm down with it. Man. Make sure y'all check out the homie D Feel Good, man, doing amazing work. I'm always shouting him out on here, but hey, he's in the chat. So, and also Joe French, man. Do you know Joe? Homie D Phil, man, check him out. He does some great work as well. Artist, he's over in the Longview area. One of the homies. But yeah, man, busy week last week. I kind of was switching gears. I know I talked about I'm working on a new Beattape that's almost done. It's getting there. It's very close. But I kind of had to switch gears, pull back on the content, pull back on a lot of the, you know, I don't know, social media stuff, because I kind of went into my hermit mode a little bit as much as I could. You know, working on this Beattape, really. I'll get back into that a little bit more, talking about workflow. That's something I want to talk about, workflow. I know you can chime in on that for sure, D-Phil, on your workflow creatively. And for me, it's just tricky when you're switching from that creative mode into the editing mode. You know, for us, I was talking with my big brother, man. Shout out Mr. MP, who, you know, does video work up at Grand Prairie. You know, he stays really busy shooting a lot of stuff for schools, for the school districts up there. And, you know, then he's got to go back and edit everything that he shoots. And, you know, he was just talking about how some weeks it's all shooting intensive. And the next weeks, you know, he kind of just tries to flip it and have an editing week. And, you know, kind of switching the mindset a little bit on, you know, going from that creative mode of when you're out shooting videos and making sure you're capturing everything and getting the shots and angles and the feelings you want. And then having to go back and cut that up and, you know, make it into a story, or make what you see in your head come out. It's kind of the same with music for sure. You know, when I'm in that just creating mode, you know, you're really just riding off the vibe, getting down those great ideas. And I know for me, I'm trying to get better at it, but, you know, I usually get the vibe down, get a really solid groove, and then, you know, take a little break, and then maybe come back and try to finish it up, track the beat out, or either, you know, do that and then come back the next day. Chilling out right out here outside Chipotle on Broadway at 5:30, whatever time it is. Yeah, 6. So that's why you're going to hear a lot of car noise, man, the hustle and bustle of Broadway. So, yeah, man, just really was switching gears from, you know, been chopping on a lot of these different beats, either on Twitch stream or just, you know, when I'm in creating, getting a lot of ideas. And I had this idea for the Beattape I'm wanting to work on or finishing up, and it's called Typecast. And why it's called that is because I've never been one to do a lot of type beats. If you know what that means, it's like, you know, a Drake type beat, a J. Cole type beat, a Wu-Tang type beat, you know, just how people would reference beats that way. You know, I don't know, probably the music purist in me just saw that as not, I don't want to say bad, but I mean, definitely like, at first I looked at it as being cheap, saying like people were trying to say, hey, I'm just going to copy somebody else's sound and, you know, hopefully that'll get me some more attention. You know, because I know early on in music, I definitely struggled with the idea of stealing ideas and what can you do and what can't you do and what's considered stealing, what's considered paying an homage or, you know, using it as an influence. And, you know, I got to shout out the homie Nas, man. One of the greatest songs. Nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. You know. Now, remember when I heard that, I was like, I think that's it. everything has already been done. All of it is out here for us to manifest how we choose, but, never think that it hasn't been done before, or that something in that vein or something similar hasn't been done to get, the next person to wherever they need to be creatively. So that really freed me up. I know early on in making beats, man, I used to always worry about, samples sometimes, or did this drum pattern sound like somebody else's drums, or did this snare do this, or did that sound like this? And I don't want somebody to, be able to call me out and say I copied from someone. And a little shout out to Kanye as well on the end of that late registration. I know he's talking about making the one beat, I think Heart of the City, and he just says, I just took the exact drum pattern from Dr. Dre's Explosive, and I'd layer that in with my sample, and that was the track. And then I remember at that time I was like, oh my God, he said he stole the drums. And I don't know if he meant he actually stole the exact sound file, of the loop, or if he just took that pattern and that feel. But, that was always something that I veered away from early on in production, just because I felt like you were, getting props to your beat, although it might not sound like that, whatever. But as I've loosened up in my old age, I found out that, it's usually more of a reference point type thing. Most people are, whatever feeling they get that is evoked from them from whatever, say, artist, they're just trying to use that as a reference point to whatever the music is, So I'm not necessarily, I don't know if it necessarily always means it's as good as whoever the type beat, name is, but it's like, it gives me that feeling. And then, for artists, obviously it's a little bit different for artists. Anytime you're listening through beats, you're going to be like, oh man, I could hear something, or at least I do. And I know a lot of cats, you got to be able to hear somebody on something maybe before you can even put yourself on it. So I think it's a little bit different. But anyway, long way around to say, type beats, man. I decided, hey, I'm going to take some of these, and I noticed that some of the stuff I make on Twitch, sometimes I'm going a little bit faster, but staying in that creativity, just trying to get the ideas down, riding the wave until, it's not there, then going to the next thing. So when I was doing that and, getting more accustomed to Ableton, I was able to kind of find some tricks and tips and ways to move really fast on my workflow when I'm doing the lives. But then when I listen back to the beats, I got a lot of those, hey, this kind of could sound like something that, older type of artists, from maybe the golden era or my era. But then a lot of stuff that could work with some trap acts or some, almost drill acts or different type of stuff like that. So I just said, hey, screw it. Let's put it down. Let's make a type beat tape. So the first ever Cicero mode type beat tape is on the way, man. Typecast. I'm really just doing the last few card tests. It's looking a little bit longer than I expected, but I don't know, man. I'm getting back into that again, into that creative, or not the creative, the editing, the mixing, the mastering, just listening through tracks, doing some different things to sequence out. So really been getting into that groove. So I kind of, like I was saying, it kind of shut down a lot of posts this last week. I was kind of getting back into my sit in the room and just grind out some of these beats, man. Grind out on some mixes, go out to the car, take a listen on the headphones, take a little break, get back on it. So I'm really, really glad to finally get back into that end of things, because it's a yin and yang of creativity or music production for me, where, I'm kind of in that creative mode, get the ideas, then I kind of move into the mixing, mastering mode. And then after that is promo mode. So we're getting ready to go into that right now as well. Finishing up the mix, working on some cover art. Do you feel good? If you're still in here, I might need to holler at you on that. And, just some other ideas for marketing of it. Because, again, this will be a type beat tape. So I do think it'll have a little broader of appeal than something that's just necessarily my sound. So want to find some creative ways to get it out there, get some more people checking it out. And that's what it's all about. So typecast, man, the beat tape I'm working on, workflow issues. The biggest thing that was kind of holding me up, and it's kind of stupid, but it is what it is, was my laptop. I was having issues with the trackpad, I mean, I use a mouse most of the time anyway, but for some reason my trackpad was just glitching out sometimes and, jumping all over the place, and it was like affecting my mouse, I think. So when I'm trying to do very intricate edits or, stretch things out, move, copy, paste, all that kind of stuff that you got to be able to do really quick when you're just in that mixing mode. I would get all these glitches, and it was just pissing me off every time I would go in to really try to dive in and get some mixes done. So I finally figured out, I guess, 2 workarounds. I did a few updates, weird ass updates. I was researching this shit for weeks. But I got some updates on there, able to disable the trackpad completely as long as I have my USB mouse plugged in. But on top of that, I got another USB mouse. It seems to be working a little bit better too. So now I'm back to being able to be a lot faster on the mouse holding, on the mouse clicking, if you feel me, and just really trying to get back into that consistent editing mode that I can maybe get into. And I don't know if it needs to be a week thing, like I was saying. It's week to week, or just a couple days a week. I can kind of section off and say, all right, I'm gonna edit down on the beats I made earlier in the week or whatever projects, or times a day. I know earlier in the day your ears are fresher. I've always known this, and that's the best time to really do some mixes, because you haven't been just bombarded with sound, especially somebody like me with music and all other crazy shit all day, and headphones and speakers and all that just gives you that ear fatigue. So they say early in the morning is the best time to do the mixes. But sometimes that's when I really like to just, to sketch, man, and make some new stuff, make some new beats, work on some creative ideas, because that's when I think the creativity is the freshest. So really working on it. Editing really late at night isn't really for me either. I think I like to, either be making new stuff or playing some games. But I've been doing that too. Still throwing in some Destiny. Probably going to try to get a stream in this week, at least maybe recapping the Beattape and then maybe playing some games. But yeah, I've been Destiny, work on the tracks. Destiny, work on the tracks at night, and then just kind of editing in the day. But it's on the way, man. It's on the works. I'm excited about it. Ready to get back into the creative space with the new Beattape, and one I think that's a little more accessible. Maybe has a little bit broader reach to artists, and then also for TV, film, licensing, content creators who just need some better music. Everybody's making content these days, so get ready for that, man. Typecast is on the way this week. Other content, it's content week, really. So again, I'm going to be having another playlist come out. Cicerolist will be out this week. I know the exact number somewhere, but I didn't write it down. But it's in the 50s, I think, as well, man. So almost at 4 years of, I'm not at 4 years yet. So I think it's 46, 47, 45. Well, yeah, 45, because it's 48 will be 4 years of my monthly playlist, the Cicero list. So check that out if you're into that kind of a thing. It's on Spotify. I've got it linked in the description. My newest one from last month. And getting ready for this one, probably be up tomorrow or the next day. So, new playlist on the way. Got the content that's going to be coming out with Typecast. I'll probably re-release some videos, some edits, throw down a few new edits, maybe reach out to a friend of mine that does some dope work, do another edit collab to really get the ball rolling here. But yeah, just excited about getting some new music out there and really stepping that back up. I talked about a year ago, the whole idea of starting off this vlog was, to kind of show some of the different sides of Cicero. A lot of people know me for the DJing, kind of more the hosting or shows with the foundation. But yeah, I wanted to be able to show more of the creative side. That's why creative is the first word under Cicero mode. Creative, then music, and then media. So yeah, really got to step that up. Getting ready for some new things, some changes, some new stuff I want to try out. So just really excited to get the new content on, from the genesis, from the production. Still the main thing that I really got into this whole music game for, and what drew me in first was creating soundscapes for artists or for anything now at this point, for music, for visuals. That's what it's about. So we're getting back to it, and it's going to be fun. So Typecast on the way. Got that content coming out with a playlist. And yeah, so should be some more activity on the IG and on the socials this week. I'm going to get a little bit out of the hermit mode if I can. So that's what we got coming on the creative end. On some not so fun end, we'll talk about sports next, since that's in the title. I'm wearing my hat, but we had a rough weekend, man, in college football. my alma mater, Texas Tech, guns up all day. Had a rough one going up against UT, the Longhorns. You know, we got torn up, man. We got mollywopped. We got blown out. There's no other way to put it. I think it was 70-35. And yeah, that's really bad. It's a bad score. But I can't sit here and say I expected too much coming into this game or this season. Again, we've been having some downs here the last few years. And where I've had to mature myself to is that, hey, we gotta win what's in front of us. And, you know, for Texas Tech and the athletic department, I just want you guys to improve, you know, from a collegiate athlete level, get your education, and put something entertaining out there on the court, on the field, for all us alumni to, you know, to feel some pride for, to get hyped up for. So in this case, it's kind of tricky to have that when you get blown out. And especially when you're going up against an in-state school that we have a lot of history with, a lot of extra things at the beginning of this year, obviously, with where UT feels they belong, what conference and the things they're going to do. And I don't know, I've been a little bit more at peace with that than I guess a younger me would be, or a lot of other people I've seen on the streams and, you know, having the hot takes have been. For me, you know, going out to Lubbock, going out to Texas Tech was a choice that I made personally. That's it. You know, I made the choice to go out. There wasn't some situation where I wanted to go to another school and didn't get in, and then said, oh, well, shit, what else, you know, or I wasn't one of those guys that applied to like 15 schools just to see what was there, you know, and maybe this is me being cocky or something, but I think I could have gone wherever I wanted, you know, as far as school. You know, I didn't have the greatest grades. My grades weren't bad, but anyway, I knew I had enough, you know, as far as extracurriculars, things I was doing, that I could probably pick a lot more schools that I could have looked into. But I kept it pretty small. Again, you know, I knew I could have had a full ride down to SFA for orchestra. Didn't really want to do that. You know, I already had liked Tech. My older brother was out there, and I liked the location of it. 500 miles away from here, major university. All the amazing amenities that I was seeing, you know, when I went with my brother to check out like a SMU or some of these other schools, or, you know, my times going to UT for, you know, state debate. Went to state and debate my senior year, so was just up there checking that out at that, and, you know, just tons of other times. And yeah, I just like Tech, man. It had a different vibe to it. It was still a Texas school, but had its own thing going on, you know. So that's what I always loved about it. And, you know, that's from the, you know, whatever, the appeal, the location, education standpoint. And, you know, me wanting to go into, I knew I wanted to go into like English, mass comm, probably. Then they had the law school there. So a lot of things that I was looking into, I thought, hey, this is the school that I identify with. So I signed up and I chose and I went. But when it gets to these football games, it seems like a lot of people didn't share that stance. And, you know, for me, it's just tricky to understand why you would go to a school only to, like, never have wanted to be there. You feel me? Like, I would save my money. What's up, dog? I would save my money because, hey, shout out to my man McCoy. He's got a song about student loans. If you ain't getting a full ride, you're going to be spending some of that on the back end, right? So I would definitely not waste my money going to a school that I didn't like, or it was my fourth choice, so I'll never really appreciate it. You know what I mean? But that seems to come out a lot when, you know, we start losing in these sports. A lot of people want to get on there. I got to turn this car on. It's getting hot. What's up, CC? A lot of people want to get in the whole vibe of, oh, well, you know, I didn't really think this is a good school anyway, or something like that. And that's still what I hear when it comes to sports. If we lose a sporting event, guys, it's a sporting event. It shouldn't affect your own personal identity of your degree or the not degree you didn't get, or where you wish you had gotten your degree, or some shit like that. But that's always been something I've noticed with, you know, some of the Red Raiders that I like to always clown on, because I'm like, why would you be somewhere and want to be something else, and then think you're going to get some sort of pat on the back for being like, well, I never wanted to be a fan or go to this school anyway, so I know why we aren't that good or why people can talk down on us. That's fucking stupid. Like, we don't need you. So that's kind of my speech on a lot of the ridiculousness I've seen out of the Tech fans. I don't know if you can call them Tech faithful this last week. As far as UT, hey, y'all do what y'all got to do, man. I'm not too concerned about, whatever. Somebody tossing something up in my face. It doesn't really affect me at all. So I feel like we have to win the games in front of us, and regardless, the game only counted as one loss. So we got more games to play, guys. We can get better. I think our quarterback broke his leg his collarbone, so that's great. But hey, you got to get in there, learn from your L's, and improve, man. So we'll see what we can do. The season is not over, despite popular belief from a lot of different people around, both Tech fans and UT fans. So we just got to win. We got to win the next game. I've got a pretty cool approach to what I do weekly now. I'm going to be saying the same thing weekly after the game. I'm not commenting before the games. I'll do a little bit here on the vlog, but that's pretty much going to be it. Hey, we got to train, get ready, and win the game in front of us. So if we win the game, you will see me saying, hey, we won the football game. Good job. Enjoy the night. And that just means enjoy right now and get ready for the next game. If we lose the game, it's going to be, hey, we lost the game. Learn from it. Get ready for the next game. Because, at this point, that's where we are. And that's all we can do. And I'll talk plenty of shit with somebody that I have a very high confidence level in. But right now, man, I think we're just trying to figure some shit out, and then it's unfortunate, but that's where we're at. We got to figure out who we are, who wants to come out and compete, and we got to put some numbers on the board to get this polarity of fan base off of us. But it's not something that can be fixed by, that's why we'll give the fans a little bit of a break. You can't put up mediocre numbers, scheduling, and then expect an overwhelming level of, support. There's going to be some that die hard, but, all that frilly shit, you don't get that until you win. As my dad used to always say, everybody loves a winner. So all them little frilly, I went to Tech, but I'm too afraid to say it to the face of my UT friends. All them little frilly fucks, they'll pop up when we win. Don't worry about that, though. We're going to have to get the wins first. So that means back to the process and doing what you got to do to improve. So guns up all day. You know what it is. I'm not changing from that. We're going to be good. Just got to keep improving, keep striving for what? Greatness. Striving for it. Anyway, next up, I do have my paper. Talking about college sports, it kind of ties in because I am doing somewhat of a bracket like March Madness over on the lower level. So shout out to the lower level. You can follow us at the lower level. We got the IG page up, but we're doing this over on Facebook. And what we're doing, the homie Drew, one of my good soprano homies, we're probably gonna be getting ready to do some sort of content talking about the movie Many Saints at Newark. But he didn't come up with it, but he found this bracket and he posted in the group saying like, hey, what do y'all think? And the bracket was best horror films of the 21st century. Okay, and it's a pretty extensive list, man. It's a full 64 team bracket. So he put it up. A few people in the group were commenting on it, and a few people were like, we should do it as a poll, because we've been doing polls, who's gonna win, Venom or Carnage, and again, if you didn't know, the lower level is my nerdy content video game discussion group. And we're going to be doing some more content with that soon. But now we're just kind of discussing different things. And we're doing this bracket to have some fun for Halloween. So it is, the best horror films of the 21st century, going head-to-head bracket style. And yeah, we're doing them every night. I'm going to put up the new poll at 7. If you want to get involved on it, get your votes in. We're going to run it all the way to the championship, unless it gets very annoying. But yeah, it's great. DM me. And I can send you the link, because right now the lower level Facebook group is private. It makes it a little bit easier to, gauge some things. So send me a DM on here, or go over to the lower level page, DM at the lower level, and I can send you guys the invite. Come into the Facebook group, put in your input, and we can see who the champ will be of the best horror films of the 21st century. We've already done 3 rounds. I know Hereditary moved on. Train to Busan moved on. And today's, and this is the trickiest one so far. People have already been talking about the seeding. I'm like, I don't know who seeded this shit. Drew just found it, and it's like the tournament. Don't worry about the seedings. Just win. That's all you got to do. Win. But yeah, so Hereditary is probably my favorite. It was the #1 overall seed. I'm probably saying that should probably take it unless it has some really tough competition. And today's is really tough. Yeah, it's tough, man. Today's matchup, and it's going to be over in 10 minutes. I got to check the numbers and see who wins it. And I got to put in my vote. So I can announce my vote right now. That's why I didn't vote yet. But today's matchup is American Psycho versus The Mist. Man, that's a tough one. Obviously, American Psycho, everybody, not everybody, but, has a huge following, cult following. Tons of people that have looked into all of its greatness and theories, and I've watched a lot of that shit too. Got the homie going. Christian Bale, helped his career blow up. But, man, The Mist, man, that's one of the craziest endings in a movie. And I don't even think I didn't even saw it all the way through. We used to stay on those top 10 lists and shit. And it was like top 10 most heart-wrenching endings, and then it was on there. Then I went back and watched that scene and, got the premise of it and everything. And that, man, it just sucks that it's gonna, I don't see it being able to beat American Psycho. I'm gonna probably have to vote for American Psycho because I definitely have watched that more, dove into it more. But I know enough about The Mist to know that I wish it could make it past this round to more people watch it, man. Because it's one of those, like, endings that if you like what the fuck endings, it is one of the top what the fuck or just damn it, just fuck. Not really a what the fuck, like, I don't understand what happened. It's very clear what happens at the end of this movie. It just sucks. Like, it sucks, man. It's tough. So I don't even know if I guess it's horror because there's monsters and there's a lot of all that in there. But, man, I just wish The Mist could go a little bit farther. But I'll go over here and look at the numbers. In 10 minutes, I'll be updating the next bracket. So jump in, and we'll go all the way. I think on IG, maybe when we get to the round of 32 or like the Sweet 16 or something, maybe then I'll start posting them on IG daily, trying to tabulate votes over there, which could make it tricky. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But that's enough of that. So go check that out, man. At the lore level, got the horror bracket going on. Besides that, at the Foundation 903, we're still grinding out on some new show ideas very soon in the live music realm. But we're also doing our fantasy football. That's still rolling. I'm playing the good homie Decline, co-founder of the Foundation, tonight. Final game, the Cowboys versus the Eagles. Yeehaw. Screech. I don't know what the Eagles do. Is that what they do? Screech, Eagles, screech? Sounds about right. Anyway, yeah, so I should be able to win this game. He's got Jalen Hurts. I've got the tight end, Goddard for the Eagles. But it's a bigger thing locally, obviously, because it's the Cowboys on Monday night. So it should be interesting, entertaining to watch. I just, barring Jalen Hurts going completely bonkers and not throwing anything to my tight end, I should be good, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, man, make sure you tune in at the Foundation 903 while we posting our recap video. Probably doing that tomorrow of all the games from last week. Gonna start getting in some guests. Might see if the homie Decline is around tomorrow. Get him through to be the guest since that's what I'm playing. And yeah, we're just trying to have some fun. Keep it loose, keep it light. I'm undefeated. Trying to stay undefeated. We'll see what happens. So that is the end of my list. Got extra down there. Yeah, that's really it for me, man. I'm just gonna be grinding out really on this Beattape this week, getting that done. But what's happening is it's just gonna snowball. I'm hoping, but I'm feeling that because a lot of ideas, some of the stuff that doesn't necessarily fit the Beattape, I'm like, oh well, we're not gonna put that on the Typecast tape, but it can go over on this project. Or I was talking to one of the homies, is looking for some new beats. So that's where I'm at with the beat production right now. You know, kind of stepping back out with the typecast tapes. We be having some of these on, you know, Track Train for, you know, the artists to be able to get beat store style. But I always just like to collaborate with cats I already, you know or you know, we're cool, so we can help push each other's brand, and you know, eventually something's gonna hit. So a lot of new stuff happening, man. Very excited. Another Monday vlog, wog, I don't know, too many words, but I'm wrapping it up, man. Vlog 51, Cicero mode. Make sure you go by my DMs or by the lower level if you want to check out the Halloween horror bracket we've got. I'll probably, you know, update week to week on here. Guns up all day. Typecast, the new Beattape coming this week. Y'all have a good one. Catch you on the next one. Peace.